Good morning. Whew. So today is the second day of my cycle, and I'm really feeling it. And I thought that I would say that because it's noon, and I just said good morning. Woke up at 7 o'clock this morning, actually, in pain. Love it. Love it. And then I popped 2 leaves and tried to go back to sleep. But I could tell that I wasn't really hitting how it needed to be hitting. Woke up, popped 2 more, and I was going through it, knocked out from going through it. Y'all know, ladies, young girls out there, after even fighting those cramps for a minute, that nap afterwards, yeah, so, good morning. I'll be the first to say I was attempting to get this out yesterday, but I think that I'm in a better place to actually say this idea, this thought. I will be the first to say that life is strange. We are just these human beings who can feel and can think and can speak, and you guys can understand me because we speak the same language. I mean, there's so many different languages in the world. How crazy is that? So many worlds within our world, and we live in this world from our perspective. And we can't escape it until until we pass, until we die, until our time is up. Whatever you want to say. One thing that is for sure and inevitable is we all die. So until we're just here and we have to make all these different choices, excuse me. I feel like I need some tea or something every morning. I think that would do me really well. But anyway, we are just here and we have to make all these choices every day, every morning. We have to make different choices as we grow, as time goes on, as it does. And as we evolve and we're facing all these different challenges, while trying to process things that we're going through as time is passing us by. And I really feel like that can be a lot. There's just so many layers to us being here, being alive, and being human, and what all that means, I'll also be the first to say that 2020 was very strange. My mouth is so dry right now. Gotta get on the water game. Amen. I was about to really come down on myself, but maybe I'll get back into that later. It was about consistency. I've never really been able to find true consistency in my life. But anyway, 2020 was such a strange year. Something that I think will definitely be in history books, if it's not already. I haven't opened up a history book since high school, and even in high school I didn't really pay attention. I was in my head a lot. But anyways, I really feel like we lived through a very historical year, a very historical point in time. And I did a video before this one where I went around in LA and I was asking people, how they felt about the future and what they see coming. How do they see the world evolving? And their answers were pretty interesting. You guys should check it out. But I definitely feel like 2020 was that transformational year. By the way, I recorded that video in LA, like the beginning of 2021. So, still fresh out the pandemic, which even now we still are fresh out the pandemic. But, so yeah, I feel like 2020 was just for everybody in their own ways, in their own lives, however their lives, because even today, everyone's day is going differently. It's crazy. But anyway, I feel like for everyone, they can say that, that year definitely it was transformational. It definitely endured a lot of change. And because of the fact that the world stopped and there was more opportunity for solitude time to be quiet, time to be more present. Because, the hustle and the bustle, all that ended. Day-to-day routine, it was definitely affected. It changed because of the pandemic, with us having to stay home and, people going back home from, being in the college groove of waking up, going to class, or the high schoolers, used to getting up, doing their thing, parents who had to go into work, and I feel like during this time, people were really trying to find their faith and or find something to hold on to, find some meaning, find some truth, because of the fact that there's just so much uncertainty. And then, I really feel like people were living in fear because of that. And, as humans, when one thing changes up our day-to-day, our normal, whether it's a car accident or you have a bill due or you have something, just something big in your life, that somebody dies, a close loved one that like that's a big change. And as humans, after we experience this, it can be hard to adapt. It can be hard to settle with this new reality or process this thing that has happened, that has made you feel these different emotions, from fear. And a lot of times, there you go. When we experience a change like that, or experience change at all, because I think we often don't like change. So when we do, we often can have thoughts that are rooted in fear. I highly doubt that they're going to be rooted in love. So, within fear, I feel like, the two biggest emotions, the two biggest sources of energy, of everything, of how this world functions, the balance of life. I feel like there's love, and then there's fear. There's love, and then there's fear. But, yeah, I think that people were really trying to just find something to hold on to. A lot of people had more time for quiet, more time to themselves. Solitude, I feel like within that is where you can more easily tap into yourself, check in with yourself, be honest with yourself. And I do feel like we're more capable of tapping that part that's deep within us, the part where we can meet God and we can meet something that's beyond ourselves, that does reside somewhere within our soul, our hearts. And we can connect, we can connect, we can begin to be more rooted in love, because that place within all of our hearts, that's love. God is love. Amen. Good morning, though. I'm 8 minutes into speaking. That felt like I spoke for a very long time, not gonna lie. Maybe I'll cut it short then. I don't know. I'll end on that note.